Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of people in here. That's pretty cool. Get some hellos done?
Yes.
Okay. Farm Ranch Homestead, good evening to you. Terminator, welcome. Starla Dope, good to see you. Gizmo, welcome to you. And of course, the beautiful Louise Wesley is in the house. She's a very expensive friend. She's not supposed to be hanging out with my wife anymore. Just saying.
She is helping us be more self-sufficient.
Yep. Banquet of Consequences in the house. Karen, good evening to you. Skanes girl, welcome. I'll see you pretty soon, I think. Jules, hello. I hope to see you pretty soon. Who else we got in here? JB, good evening to you. I like that you guys chit chat. That's pretty cool. Carrie Davis, welcome. Let me see here. Ahoy, Indiana Mike. Hey, you guys, Indiana Mike is you guys know we did a video on building another homestead, helping them build their house. And he's got a channel, Indiana Mike, where he's kind of documenting some of that stuff. You guys ought to go over there and check it out. It's pretty interesting. Oh, there we go. We won't forget about that. So Jules put in the link tree for Unique Prepping. We're trying to get enough donations to get him to buy a new computer so he can speak publicly with his disabilities. And we'll make sure we post it a couple times. We got, oh my goodness, The Famous Life with Mike and Jen. How's it going? Oh my good, look at all this royalty. American Roots. American Roots B shared with me your guys' conversation on the phone, and I'm super excited for you. Stan Guthrie, good evening to you. Bessie, hello. Sharon Stock, howdy, howdy. Love Runs Rampant, welcome. We'll be cool. Good to see you. Hardway, Alaska. Hey, caught alive. I'm super happy you're here. David Strom, good evening to you. The greatest name on the internet.
Half bubble off bump.
Is in the house tonight. Easy, welcome to you. Welcome. Mossy Oak Patriot, good evening to you. Long time no see, huh?
Parrot.
Parrot. Well, I always say Patriot, don't I?
It's okay.
I always say that. Anyway, where am I at? Easy, good evening to you. I think I said that already. Squatchy, what's up? And we have royalty in the house. Gypsy himself, the king, has joined us. The beautiful MJ from Wisconsin is also here. Good evening to you. Our good friend Mandy Garrett. Hello, hello. Mossy Oak Parrot says, I'll forgive you. Joan Kelly, good evening to you. Welcome. All right. What you got? You want to start us off tonight?
Well, I'm glad that we are on time because I thought you were going to be late. I was just sitting here waiting, twiddling my thumbs, seeing if you're going to be early, you're a beggar, late, you're a bum.
Well, I was not late at all, was I?
No,
and I was not. Right, I was not early either, right?
No, you were not.
And you just said early, you're a beggar. So what's that make you?
I was here on time.
So how were you worried about me?
On time.
Oh,
you were scrambling, looking for your hat, looking for your glasses, looking for your phone.
Grateful Hearts, welcome in. Redneck, welcome in. Yeah, okay. We got here in time. It has been a day. We'll talk about it, but it has just been an absolute day.
Aren't they all a days?
Yeah. Life with Mike and Jen says mixed sausage and the lady.
Yeah, mixed sausage.
Yeah. Yep. Super cool. Oh, Eagle Lover's in the house. There, she's famous too.
Hello.
Yep, welcome. All right, what you got first on your list you want to talk about today, Pumpkin?
Well, so I got to use my tractor again once this week.
Oh my God. You guys, this is becoming so ridiculous.
I am getting better at it. So I had to drop my bucket and get the pallet forks and then put the pallet forks into somebody's truck, which I was like, oh no, don't ruin the truck. So I was able to do that, dropped it just fine. And
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah. She tries to play it off like she's this badass, but the truth was she's going, do you want to do it? 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 I'm like, no, I don't want to do it.
Well, because you make it look so much easier. And I know.
And why do you suppose that is?
Because you've had lots of practice.
There you go.
And I will get better at it. But so like to drop the bucket, he's like, go like this. And I'm like, go like this. Like, yeah, you have
not the bucket, the pallet fork.
You have to, well, to get out of any of them, like you have to like drop it, push down and drag backwards. So he's like using his sign language. I'm like, okay, which way does the down go? Because I'm still getting used to like, okay, this one goes down, this one goes up. So, and then of course down, up, down, up. So I was able to use my tractor again this week.
Yeah, and at the rate she's using it, it will have 10 miles on it sometime in 2036.
I have like, yeah. But I go so slow that it takes me forever to crawl. That's how the salesman says, well, you can crawl through the field. And so, yeah, I crawl around in it.
Joan says tag runs on tag time.
Songs
of joy. Good evening to you.
I need a new bale of hay for the cows because we haven't gotten the new paddock up. So I get to practice again this week. But I'm getting used to it. I'm not actually, I am still, I get out of it and I'm just sweating like crazy because I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to break anything. Don't want to.
Yep. Sunshine Kid, Vicky Pullman, and Private Clucker in the house, as is Bonnie. Good evening to you guys. Yeah, Mandy says she loves her Kubota. I drove almost 300 hours now. I name it Kubo. I laugh out loud. My husband thought I was crazy.
300 hours. That's quite a long time, isn't it?
No.
For a tractor?
Well, at the rate you're going, it's forever.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. City Greens, good evening. Hey, look at that. Mo's in the house from Homestead.
Homestead. Are we going to see you tomorrow, Homestead?
Yeah, we are going to see Homestead tomorrow.
Are you?
I said hello to City Greens, right? Hello, City Greens. Yeah. I didn't.
How many hours do you think you have on your skid loader?
1,200.
Does it count for you?
No, I just make it up. I have this unique ability that I just know. So like every hour.
You do. You wing it a lot, buddy.
Joan said, laugh out loud. I put 1,200 miles on my van last year. Yeah, that's just like nothing. Yeah. Same here, B. Rabbit and turtle settings. Laugh out loud. He's a rabbit and I'm definitely a turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear about the, speaking of rabbit and turtle, did you hear that they pulled somebody over going 155 miles an hour in Topeka?
Yeah.
155 miles an hour. Could you imagine that ticket?
Yeah. Pack Rat, welcome. Jean, welcome as well. See, I'm getting it. It's slow, but I'm getting it. And Tringo, welcome as well.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Jean? With a question mark?
Yeah. Tom, welcome to you as well, bud. Look at all you great people. All right, so you got to use your tractor.
I did get to
against your protest.
I was like, just do it. Just do it for him. You could do it so much faster. He's like, absolutely not. You do it.
Yep. I'm not bailing her out of this one.
I can't get hay until I get the forks back, right?
Yeah.
Because I can't use.
Yeah, you should send a text when you get them back. Yeah. Hey, Nitos, how are you, my friend? Yeah, Manny says, talking about turtle, how do I get rid of turtles in our pond? I have a bunch of them in our pond. Target practice. That's what I do.
Do you not want turtles in your pond? What's the
well,
big deal about having turtles
you
in the
can
pond?
get too many.
Oh.
And they eat your fish and they can do all kinds of stuff. I just target practice. That's probably mean, but I know all the people in the audience are going, oh no, them poor turtles. But I would shoot them.
Oh.
Anyway, what else you got?
Yeah. Okay. So something else really cool. We were doing chores and had one of the female turkeys in, and then the other female turkey would not come in. So we had to do a perimeter search for her, and we found her sitting on 10 eggs in the yard. So I was able to get 10 turkey eggs and put them in the incubator. So I have not incubated my own turkeys yet. So this is a new for me, and I'm super excited about it. I don't know. I have to candle them and see if they're fertilized or if there's anything in there. But I think I'm on day 17. So it's 4 days. They've been cooking for 4 days. And then yesterday I found 2 guinea eggs in the yard. I was able to gift those to Becky. So
is she going to hatch them?
Mm-hmm, she's going to hatch them. I cannot just have 2 guineas babies. That's just not enough of one kind of bird to have a whole pen for them.
Mhm.
So only 2 I let somebody else, because that's a whole new thing for her too. So it's just exciting to be able to share. And
Nito said that update on their hen. Remember, they're having problems with the hen, that she did prolapse and die. We're sorry to hear that, bud.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the sucky part about having a homestead, is that sometimes that happens.
Yeah,
sometimes things happen.
Death is part of homesteading. You're never going to escape it. And we've had some really good friends lose some really close animals, and it's hard, but unfortunately it just really is just part of it.
Yeah.
And it's not fun, and it's not fair, and sometimes it was just part of life, and sometimes it's because of a vet that didn't do their job or whatever, but
and sometimes it's just because you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've accidentally done.
Yeah, she's drowned a chicken.
I was so trying to help her drink. And I've learned a good lesson. The internet makes it look so easy when you just take a syringe and just, there you go, and then turn it upside down and help it.
Yeah, could you imagine what it'd be like to be held down and drowned?
I was holding her in my arms.
Oh, so you loved her while you drowned her?
She was letting me love her. Yes. I should get a shirt that says, "Let me love you." Let me love you.
With a dead chicken.
Or like a big pile of them.
Yeah. Hey, Tambra, welcome.
No, none of them were on purpose. It was just because I don't know any better.
Love Runs Rampant says, we have 24 eggs in the incubator now. Can't wait. Only want 11 hens and a rooster, though. I have bartered and schemed to get our friend to land to get chickens and trade eggs for honey. Great deal. Yeah.
Yeah. We take our roosters and raise them for food.
Waterboarding chickens, bee? Exactly.
Kind of.
Go, Jen.
She was not consuming by mouth, and so I thought she was going to need a little drinky.
And my good buddy Mo says, death is part of life on the homestead. You are around more life, and so more death.
Oh, good way to look at it.
Yeah, really good way to look at that. Mandy said, I have 22 chickens that's been raising inside since babies. They are about 5 weeks old. When do I move them outside? The weather here has been about highs in the 30s and the 40s. So when should Mandy move her chickens out?
5 weeks.
And whenever they get all their feathers, right? You can put them out there.
Well, I don't know. 5 weeks is pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
I have a chart that I write down and I just keep referring back to so that I don't.
Yeah, to me, what I look for is just when they get fully feathered out, right? When they get rid of that fuzz and they get all their permanent feathers in, and then but you're
all kinds of quick to like get on your own, buddy. And you would throw them out there. I think you were actually already trying to get my chickens outside, the babies, and
that's
I was
new
like,
ones.
The new ones, wasn't it just the yesterday or the day before that you were like, shouldn't we put them outside? And I'm like, no, it's 50 outside. They're under a heat plate. Yeah.
Hey, Will Be Cool talks about it's going to be cold at SRF tomorrow. Yeah, I wish I was going. I've just got way too much going on in my life. I've got to get things squared away before I have like zero bandwidth. We'll talk about that a little bit today. But that's something I've got to work better on, is getting more, getting rid of some of the things I don't want to be spending my energy on, and, donating my energy to more productive things. But
we have friends there.
Yeah.
This time.
And we have lots of friends that are at SRF. Yeah.
Lots. It's Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think they had a class. They had a self-defense class today, and they've got some other stuff going on.
Okay.
But let me see. Leopard Rampant says, my brother-in-law said he would keep the roosters. That's his payment for hatching for us. That's a good deal.
Oh,
I'll take that deal.
Huh.
I donate the eggs and all I get's the hens.
Yeah.
That's a deal. Yeah, see, Wolverine says, life done free. Hope you're having a great day and have a great weekend as well. Yeah, I'm actually going to a auction tomorrow, and a big auction. B's not going. It'll just be me, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. And hopefully we can get some of this stuff, knocked off the farm and my personal life and my business life, so that I can spend a little more time doing what I love doing, which is spreading freedom and getting out there and talking and, visiting with everybody and doing videos and, and all of those kind of things. Nito said, I've actually hand fed a chick that I found under a hen with the shell dried into half its body. She survived, but is now a princess and doesn't play well with others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You and me too, Tag. Too much life going on, going by to SRF right now. Yeah. And I'd love to go. I mean, I love the crew at SRF, and I feel at home, and everybody makes me feel at home. And you know, when I walk in, everyone's like, hey, it's Tag, hey, Tag. And, you know, and so it's really, really cool, but I just don't have time. Yep. Hey, the famous Silver Lining is in the house. Look at that.
Hello.
Yep. Mossy Oak Parrot says self-defense class was good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot you were there.
Yep. RN. Hey, welcome as well. Let me see here. Where we at? American Roots says we bought a 3,500 4x4 at an auction last weekend. Oh, good for you.
Like a truck?
Yeah, that's
a 4x4?
A 3,500. I mean, I'll interpret it for you.
Oh, I thought that was dollars.
We bought a 1-ton.
Okay.
Yeah,
Geez, you go from one extreme to the other.
Yeah. Joan says I went to an auction last night. Yeah. Silver Lining says auction. Girl, you would love it too. This is a big one. And I was there a little bit. I didn't get a chance to look too close at things, but there is a ton of stuff there. Absolutely a ton of stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Packrat said, I'll be interested to see what you come back with from the auction. Another truckload or two of fuel tanks.
No, we don't need any more fuel tanks.
Yeah, we don't.
No.
What we don't need any more of is cows.
Yes. Well, I was hoping for like some gates for the cows and a feeder, like a trough feeder, so that they don't have to eat all the way down on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know, lift their food up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of cool stuff there.
Are you at the big grain bin?
Yeah.
Right.
So they have two actually really nice grain storage bins. One that had wheels and one that did not.
Mm-hmm.
So the one that did not looked bigger and more like bigger metal. It was like 4-inch square tubing that it was made out of. Does Tag have your auction list? No, but I will write that down. Although with as much stuff as going on, and I heard that they were going to have 3 auctioneers running around.
3 rings, yeah.
You'll have one. You can only be at one. So, of course, he's going to go watch the stuff that he wants.
Yeah, Karen says, B, you sound congested. Where there's livestock, there will be dead stock. But B, try not to love your chickens to death.
I know. I don't feel congested.
Talk about your recovery, though, but you're still not 100%.
No, I'm not. I had a phone visit with our doctor, and he said that I should only be using the nebulizer when I think that I need it. Otherwise, I'm just still taking the vitamins and the probiotics and those things. But does my voice sound different to you?
I don't listen that much.
No, I don't feel congested, but my lung capacity, my breathing is still just not quite there.
Yeah, but you'll get there, right?
Yeah. So when I talked to him, he said, look at that, another tick. There are ticks everywhere. I've pulled like 5 ticks off of me today. Oh man, I just broke my pencil lead too, killing a tick. Got another one. When I was talking to the doctor today, he said that whatever was going around, he had a lot of people that were kind of going through the same thing. And it was like what he called like COVID lung. So like, I guess it's just affecting the lungs, which is so crazy that you like didn't catch it and never got a scratchy throat or anything. You just felt great the whole time. Or did you kind of feel run down?
Well, I felt run down, but not because I was sick. I felt run down because I was taking care of everything.
So you didn't have a scratchy throat. You didn't have.
Nope. I'm a badass. Hey, LJC, welcome.
I think it's because you drink a gallon of milk a day.
Yeah, that might be.
That has to be. Because otherwise our diet is the same.
Yes,
Oh,
but
coffee
coffee.
and milk.
Yep, coffee. When I was younger, I used to manage a huge storage unit, big ones that you could find good stuff in those when they go to auctions. I love auctions. And I'm assuming tomorrow's going to be expensive because the last couple I've been to have been really priced high. But is it really priced high, or is it just me living in yesterday? Because the dollar, if you guys have looked at inflation, right, and all of those kind of numbers, the dollar just isn't worth what it was. So I was talking to a guy today about the $1,500 truck that we would buy 5 years ago is a $3,500 truck today. It's not really worth anymore. It's just the dollar's buying so much less, and I've got to learn, right?
That is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Louise says you need to get a hay hoop. She has one.
I do have one. I just need to get it. It's behind Tag's shop.
Yep.
And it has to be. It's like 3 sections that I have to like bolt together to make the circle. And you said that it has the bolts with it already.
I have them in the holes waiting.
Oh, even better.
I gotta just put it together.
What do I just use the pallet forks to pick it up and
that's what I would do
over there?
That's what I would do.
Can I take the tractor back there? Is there enough room for me to take that back there?
Probably not, but they're pretty light because they're in 3 sections. So I would just drive the tractor as close as you can get and then pick them up and go put them on the forks and drive away. They're not very heavy. Packard says, do you have a surge milker for your cows yet? We do not have one.
I need to get milking equipment because that's one thing that I was actually hoping that Louise would show me a thing or two about milking. But then my husband said, I've milked plenty of animals.
Not my job.
And I would love to show you.
And you know what? And I balanced the checkbook and I'm not doing that either.
Yeah, no thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, no, actually he said, oh, thank God you're asking Louise. I didn't want to have to do it. And I was like, wait a minute, you know how to milk a cow? And he goes, I've milked plenty of animals.
I grew up on a farm.
Which I don't know why I thought that your mom went and did all of that while you kids played. Or hid. You hid to get out of chores.
Oh, yeah, we had so many chores.
Yeah.
You see here, tag and B, that's been free. It was C that you had. I have it again. Yeah, there's so much stuff going on with that. I actually have some slides today about COVID a little bit that I want to talk about that I think are
what is COVID's going around again?
Yeah, but there's some fallout, some additional fallout. It won't be anything new, but yeah, ticks are horrendous.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, Gypsy says ticks fire the guineas.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't really very fair because B and I today were walking through the woods talking food forest stuff in areas the guineas don't go. And that's where she picked them up. I didn't get any.
Must be the milk.
Must be the milk. See, David says, ever heard of terrain theory? I am not sure, but I know what that is. Yep. America Root says we were sick. We didn't get sick and we were all together. They were.
That's true.
Yep. So what's that say?
That is true.
Anito says need more guineas. Oh my goodness, I'm falling way.
I don't know. The guineas seem to be like the Crips, man. They run around this place like I don't know. When you go at them and you corner them, they like throw their claws up like they're gonna
They're little raptors.
Like they're gonna tear your eyeballs out. And then of course they fly up over you. They can just like a helicopter, they just launch themselves right up. And then they flew into the trees. Did you see that the other day? So they're hanging out in the trees now. And then just now laying eggs, which
Jen says it's only up 28 to 40%. Come on, man. The economy's fantastic. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we need Mario here to go to the auction because, you know, he was quite the auctioneer. Yeah, we need to get him in. Amy B, welcome. There we go. Mrs. Hack said, we had another baby goat today. It's a boy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Mrs. Hacks is part of Hacks for the Homesteader. Really cool YouTube channel and the freest people I know. I know I say that all the time, but they've just figured it out. Yeah, Amy B says, so many famous cool people here tonight. I know, right? We have Gypsy the King. We have royalty here tonight, right? Tamara says, you can roll the hay ring after you put it together. Oh, yeah, it's easy. Well,
yeah.
Well, you got a tractor, baby. You can pick it up and set it right where you want it, you know? But
she's right, though.
Yeah, I will definitely show you, but I have 2 milkers. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't. That's something I wouldn't buy used, probably.
Is it like battery powered?
Dag has probably milked a mare. I have never milked a mare, just for the record. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. Yeah, Mike and Jen said we didn't get sick either. Yeah, so Life with Mike and Jen, American Roots, and us were all hanging out right prior to, as soon as they left, B got sick.
Yeah.
So one of them was Typhoid Mary. I don't know which one. No. Oh my goodness, I'm so far behind.
You say that a lot.
Yeah, I am, because man, I just, here's Unique Prepping's link tree again. Again, we're trying to get the guy a computer and get so he can do some public speaking. Anyway, okay.
Thank you, Jules.
Yes. What else you got?
So last night we were laying in bed and I had the window cracked and I heard one of the dogs yelp out in pain. Went outside, called them. They really didn't come back, but they were off in the woods somewhere. And this morning woke up and Violet has her eye all swollen and gunked closed. So I had to, the neighbors said, wash it and put some ointment on it. But be careful, because if a dog is hurt, they might bite. So it cost me a couple sausage links, but I got it cleaned off and I got the ointment in her eye. She still won't open it, but that's not like gunked closed anymore. So I got to reapply the ointment here
Steve's
later.
Girl says new ad: single white female seeking single male with eagle eyesight, willing to check for ticks. Jen says best sleep I've had in a long time. R.I.P. Van Winkle room. Yeah, which is awesome. I'm so glad you slept well.
That's our Rapunzel room.
Yeah, the Rapunzel room. She calls it the Rip Van Winkle room, but we call it the Rapunzel room. But I like
you are welcome anytime.
Anytime. Yep, we miss you. Wish you guys were back. We could do that often. Camber says castor oil is good for the eyes. And Joan wants to know, what ointment did you use?
I used terramycin, which is what I had ordered from Valley's Vet Supply for the turkey eye that was infected, but it got better. Had the ointment left over, and that's what I applied.
You gonna let me check you for ticks?
You probably should, because like now I'm all like, oh, I feel stuff crawling on me.
Oh no, Terminator says I'm sitting here listening with an abscess tooth, can't see my dentist, untreated. End of the month. Oh, ouch. My goodness.
Which brings something up. Like we had been talking about medicinal, like doing things that you can do for yourself. That would be a great thing to research and learn. Well, not learn to cope with, but learn to what to do to help it until you get to a doctor or dentist. Mm-hmm. Like whole clove.
Mm-hmm. And what's an electric daisy? I don't know what that is. I know what a daisy is.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. What is that, Amy?
Yeah. Joan says clove. Everyone's saying clove. Yep, clove for toothaches. And clove works good. I've used clove oil. I had a good toothache a few years ago, and yeah, it was big. Jen says I use colloidal silver and clove oil for tooth issues. Then do a coconut oil pull every morning.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever done a coconut? Have you ever tried to do a oil pull?
No, I don't know what an oil pull is.
When you pull the oil.
Oh, clearly.
You put the oil in your mouth, like you take a spoon of coconut oil, put it in your mouth, and swish it around. So you just keep it in your mouth and move and swish it around. You're supposed to spit it out after
Well, when I was a kid, the word pull meant something very different.
It's pulling from your your teeth, your gums, your.
Hardway Alaska says tea tree oil is good for bacteria in the eye, but burns a little.
Oh my gosh, I would never put tea tree oil in somebody's eye. I one time put it in my nose and I was like, "Boo!"
What was that like?
Boo! Never again. Your eye, I couldn't.
There's also a toothache plant.
Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm. I've got ground cloves. I'm going to make a paste and apply it. Good for you. The only oil pull I know is a dipstick. Right. Yeah, Jules said, I've never learned to do oil pulling. I've been wanting to for several years. Well, according to B, all it is swishing it around your mouth. So
yeah, you put it in your mouth, swish it.
Yeah, you just slosh it around your mouth and spit it out. Why don't you just call it swashing it around your mouth? Makes no
because
sense.
it's pulling bacteria and stuff.
No tractor pulls.
No tractor pulls, Ted.
Yeah, that wasn't even the pull I was. But yes, no tractor pulls.
Are you thinking pole?
Pull. Oh my goodness. Let me see here. Electric daisy is equal to toothache plant.
Okay.
Hey, one more rock. Good evening and welcome. Perfect timing. Tamara Smith said, I just planted a toothache plant and it's about to bloom. Yeah, here we go. Farm Ranch says, I'd call it an oil rinse. There you go. Songs of Joy says, after swishing the oil around for about 20 minutes, spit the oil in the trash can.
Yeah.
Not down the sink.
Good ad.
Yep. I didn't know that about myrrh. I can't say enough about how well the cloves and oil work. Yeah. RN says, B, I was processing hot peppers and forgot and rubbed my eyes.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you a story, RN. My wife dehydrated one day. I don't even know.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell a different story, but go ahead.
Which one? Which one were you going to tell?
I thought you were talking about our oldest who knocked on the door.
Oh, yeah. No. Although that's funny, too. That's a good story. We'll let you tell that story. But B dehydrated one day. I don't even know how many hundreds of jalapeno peppers. And she, crushed them all into basically a dust that she could use for spices, right?
Powder.
And so she was walking across the room with a bowl and tripped at me with the bowl and covered me in it. And you guys, I've been in the gas chamber in the military. Yeah. It had nothing on this.
I threw it at him.
Yeah, this was absolutely the worst. I will never forget that experience.
It was bad.
I'm telling you, it was worse than the gas chambers in the military.
We opened the doors and the dogs left.
Yeah.
And then I stood behind him with a washcloth, holding it over his face. And I had one over my face while he was sweeping it up just as fast as he could to get it cleaned up. But it was a bad couple of hours in the house. Oh,
yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Tell him about our oldest. That was a funny story.
Okay, so we were, I don't remember why he was cutting up jalapenos. It was evening and he was de-seeding them for me. I don't know if he was doing it as a punishment or if he was like happy to do it. I don't remember. But we went to bed and he knocked on the door and he asked for calamine lotion and cotton balls. And we were like, wait, what do you need? What do you need calamine lotion for? Stop it. What do you need calamine lotion for? Because that's not something like he would ever have asked for. And he said, so before I went to bed, I left the gloves there and I said to put the gloves on. And he said, no, he wasn't going to use the gloves because he didn't need them. So he proceeded to cut them up, the jalapenos up. And then an hour or two later, he knocked on the door and asked for calamine lotion and cotton balls. And we were like, what do you need that for? And he said he called poison control because his hands hurt so bad that he couldn't stand it. So he himself called poison control.
How old was he?
And asked what to do. And they told him to use calamine lotion and cotton balls. So we were like, you called who? Why did you not let us know before you called poison control? Are you kidding me? So yeah, it was.
How old was he?
16, 17.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, he was a minor, but he was old enough to be, using a knife. But anyway, it was one of those stories I will never forget.
Yeah. Banquet says, oh my God, thank the Lord he didn't go to the bathroom. Yeah. Won't make that mistake.
I don't know
again.
if he did or not, but he was not happy about it.
Yeah. Yeah. B is quite the jalapeno grower. She can grow them.
And apparently if you don't feed them enough water, they get hotter, is what I was told.
Yeah.
They were pretty hot.
They were hot.
They were very spicy.
Yeah.
But then again, we don't really eat a whole lot of like hot foods. So I mean,
No.
he likes mild salsa.
What's wrong with that?
It's just mild.
Tamara says, if you get any essential oil in your eyes, you need to put some kind of oil in your eyes to neutralize it. Water will not work. I got some in my eyes at work. We use vegetable oil in the deep wells.
Yeah, that is correct.
Squatchy says, yeah, I got a funny one about that. Burned a bit.
Probably more than a bit.
Yeah, more than a bit. All right, what else you got?
So we were supposed to pour concrete. We were working. Tag has been working on. He was working on building the forms for the footers.
Here, I'll
for
show you
the
guys.
concrete.
Yep, the footings, right?
Yes. So these are the forms for the footers.
Yep. For the community building.
For 3 sides of it.
Yeah.
We're only doing 3 sides because our building's only going to have 3 sides.
No, it's not.
No, that way that we can get the truck in and out before we dig up the earth to put that last one in. There's a significant hill on the one side of it, so the truck can't just drive around it. So he needs to pull in and back in, pour the footers, pull out, put the 4th footer in, and then the top.
Yep. And today was concrete day.
Today was concrete day.
We called.
They were
going to be here at 2:30 today.
Set.
And we were going to pour some. We're going to pour some concrete.
13 yards of concrete.
Yep.
In 2 trucks.
Yep.
An hour apart, so that we have a little bit of playtime. And then it was supposed to be at 2:30, and at 2:45 I called them because I'm so patient. 15 minutes late. Are you guys coming? Did you guys get my address wrong? She said, no, we have a truck coming. It'll be at the plant in 20 minutes. I said, okay, 20 minutes. And she's like, it'll be at the plant at 20 minutes. And I was like, okay, so it'll be there at 20 minutes. You got to load it and then come to me. So you'll be here.
It's only 5 or 8 miles. Wait a minute, 8 miles. 8 miles from us.
So you'll be here in like 40 minutes. What? She said, yeah, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So
the good news is after 40 minutes, we were going to be able to pour, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
And we had, so I was like, we should have some help. And he's like, no, we can do it. You and I, we got this. And I'm like, no, we should have some help. And he's like, no, we got this. And I'm like, we should have some help. Like, I don't got it. You need help. So he had 2 guys here. We were going to, we paid to come to just be there. And then we had other people who came who had not done footings. And we're like, hey, I'm going to come and I'm going to watch them, maybe help if you need it, but basically learn. And so we had quite a few people here to get this job done. And an hour and a half later, I called them back and said, are you coming? And he said, yes, 20 minutes. 20 minutes. We'll have a truck at the plant. It's on its way to the plant from Topeka. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Cause that's what you said an hour and a half ago, that 20 minutes for the truck to be in our town. And so he said, yeah, I'm sorry. That plant was closed. We were pulling it from Topeka. There was an issue in another town, but if you want, I can send you a text message when we are loaded and headed your way. And I said, yes, please do that. Because then I have about a 10-15 minute, like, hey, they're on their way. Get your stuff, get your boots, let's go. So another hour went by, and this guy over here is, starting to pace and going, just tell him to forget it. So I call him and I'm like, it's Bethany. And I was supposed to have a 2:30 pour, and it's 5. So what's up? And she said, I am so sorry. The truck is loaded and it's on its way to you. After he's going, just cancel it. So I think it was like 5. What was it? 5? Was it 5 o'clock? Was it 5 something? Oh, it was after 5.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, so bad news. The people that are here are all leaving. So I cannot do this by myself. And she's like, well, the truck is loaded and it's headed your way. And I'm like, yeah, well, you're going to have to cancel it because I've been waiting for hours at this point and all of my help is leaving. So when can we do this? Like during the daytime hours, not, going into what we've got going on. So she said, okay, how about Monday? So we're back on the schedule for concrete for Monday.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Monday.
Which means I'm going to have to cancel a meeting to do this.
Yes. But if we get the concrete, then it'll be done.
Yeah. I think Johnny's got it right. They should have given me 2 yards of concrete for free.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Yeah. So anyway,
But they did say sorry.
It was a big fiasco. I blew 5 hours of my day sitting around, twiddling my thumb, pacing, waiting on concrete, and my footings still are not full of concrete.
Yeah, but the footings are done and they're ready for concrete.
Oh, good idea. Johnny says then Monday they'll probably say the concrete driver can't drive during the eclipse.
Is that on Monday?
Yep. We're going to pour concrete for the community building during the eclipse.
Yes.
That's cool. The day of the eclipse, we're pouring concrete for the community building.
I forgot that was on Monday.
Yeah. Packard says that's their problem, not your problem. That would make me mew frustrato. Yeah. Yeah, I was not happy.
Mooey.
And for you, and I know most of you guys know me, I got tons of patience. I'm easy to get along with. I don't get worked up, but there comes a time where I begin to lose that patience. And when B said they're on their way, I'm like, that's what they've been saying for 4 hours. I can't. And the reason I canceled the pour tonight is because of the live.
Because of the live.
2 hours is not enough time. Assuming they got there right then, 2 hours is not enough time for me to pour all that, get changed, get up there, get up here, get my live ready.
Well, you also got to clean your equipment. You can't just leave concrete on stuff.
That's why I scheduled it at 2:30.
Well, and technically you wanted it at noon, but they could not do it until 2:30. That was their time that they picked. So it was not, it just didn't go as it was supposed to.
No large trucks allowed here. Our dump truck guy is benched for the eclipse.
Really?
I'm going to have to cancel a meeting or get to cancel a meeting and see the eclipse. Ah, that attitude thing, right?
There you go. It's all on how you look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, not me. That would piss me off. Yeah. Well, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm over it. We're ready to do it Monday.
But
Tag, y'all want me to show up and help? I got nothing going on. Oh, you're welcome to come. Like I said, we're going to try to. They claim we're going to pour 10 o'clock Monday. But the fact of the matter is, I'm pouring footings. I can do it by myself if I had to. Right? It's not that you're filling a box with concrete.
Yes, but somebody has to run the chute, and somebody has to, mash it into the holes. So
okay.
Yes, you don't want holes in your footers, right?
Okay, I'm over it.
You want it all mashed down in there so that there's no air pockets. You go in.
Yeah.
So.
All right, what else we got going on? Well, I'm going to do a couple things. So next week, guys, real quick, so you guys know, Monday, after I pour concrete.
What time is this?
3:30. So I'm going to go live with Marjorie Wildcraft from the Grow Network. So she'll be in at 3:30, and we'll have a good conversation about permaculture and about growing and about those kind of things. So I'm really excited to have her. I don't have a long-standing relationship with her. She is part of the World Earth Council that I agreed to serve on, and so I'm going to try to do some cross promotion with a lot of them and introduce you guys to those people. And so I'm hoping to do quite a few of these with the other council members. And again, we'll just see kind of what happens. I'm looking forward to it. She seems very like-minded of what I know, and I'll get to know her a lot during the live. And hopefully, as time goes on, I meet with her once a week, right? Over video chat with the rest of the council. But anyway, so we're going to do a video with her. What's Gizmo say?
That'll be exciting.
Tag, you stealing the gift, helping from someone else? No, I'm not stealing it. I welcome all the help I can get. I'm just capable of doing it, by myself.
Thank you, Gizmo.
Yeah. So, I got that. And then don't forget Wednesday, we are going live with Jessica Arno, the combat midwife. And B will join me for this one. You going to join me for the Monday one too?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So really.
Oh, it's at 3:00?
3:30. Oh, you won't be here? You won't be here. You'll be here not long after that. So maybe she'll get some of that.
Maybe I can come in late.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I'm super excited about this. I think it's a very important topic.
Yes.
We talk about prepping. We talk about, growing our food. We talk about medicinal gardens. But what we're going to talk about here is some of the individual female needs and some of those types of issues. Yeah. And so that's why B has to be there, because I can't speak the language. I'm not a girl. I don't understand it, nor will I ever.
We talk about,
but
creating our own systems and being able to care for yourself is a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or your loved ones. Right. I mean,
right. Yep. So that'd be pretty cool.
And I'm glad that even though you're like, I'm not a woman, I'm glad that you're participating in the thoughts, the conversation, the whole thing, because without, if I was down and I needed help, I need you to know. Mm-hmm. I need you to know that,
I'm just glad.
Front to back, dude, not back to front. Like, it's a big deal for a girl. It's like, right? You need to know these things. If I can't do it, I need your help. And just to know, just that a girl's body and a boy's body are different. Mm-hmm. And there's things that.
Yeah. Jules, you're welcome anytime. And you're welcome to come curse the concrete truck with me if you'd like. Let me see here. That look that B just gave you, Tag, I felt that all the way here in Missouri. Y'all best not sleep very heavy tonight, just saying. Rapid Coyotes got some of that right? One of my, when I knew, I don't know if you guys don't know all this about us, but, me and Bethany dated for 7 years.
8.
7. Before we got married, and I wanted to just be 100% sure, and there's a long story behind all of that, but one thing that I absolutely love about her, she's got a sense of humor, and that sense of humor is super, super cool. Johnny says, I'm pretty sure it's normal to wipe front to back regardless of your gender.
I have seen some things in my day, and it's not okay.
Yeah, you want to talk about it?
Nope.
Yeah. Dig the hole deeper, Tag. Geesh. I know, right? I know. I can't help myself, right? I just can't help it. But anyway, so I'm super looking forward to visiting with Marjorie and Jessica. And I think, again, they're, super important topics.
Yeah.
And so we'll get through it. I'm glad that the B's agreed to kind of lead the discussions, because it's way more your department than mine, right? Yeah.
If anybody has any questions that they would like to have brought up, then email us.
Mo says 7 years and you were mad over 2.5 hour wait on the pour. I wasn't mad over the 7 years.
No,
it wasn't. That wasn't it.
That was reversed a little bit there.
Banquet says all 92 genders need to wipe front to back.
They do, but not everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
Even girls, not all girls do, which is like, whoa.
Mike went through all the classes they mandated for my hysterectomy. I'm not crazy on purpose. They took my hormones. Wouldn't losing your hormones make you less crazy? So does that mean you were more crazy than you are now?
No.
No, is that opposite?
Yeah.
Hormones make you not crazy?
If they're normal.
Because my experience with girls' hormones all end in crazy.
Only if they're like, woo.
Do you know any girls who aren't woo?
I'm not.
B, you are 100% correct. I'm looking at possible dominant hand surgery and trying to get a reluctant husband on board for help.
Oy
Let me see. Oh, sorry, they were talking. Hey, Nurse Wang, welcome. Let me see. I got through that. All right, cool. Yep, got it. What else are we going to talk about, Pumpkin? What's the next on your list? Oh, hold on. I got one more really quick. I want to just because I want to make sure that I talk about it before I forget. Oops. Don't forget, Midwest Preparedness Project is coming up here pretty quick. And Saturday, We're going to do a live from there, and we're going to talk about the history of the community, the history of the Midwest Preparedness Project, and we're going to interview lots of people who have played a, critical role in the past, in the current, and many who will play a big role in the future. And so I'm really excited about doing this. I hope you guys, if you can't make the Midwest Preparedness Project, I hope you guys can tune in because I'm excited about it. It's going to be an interesting experience because I've never tried to go live from a campground somewhere, but I'm pretty excited. Anyway, you can go ahead.
And that's like 3 days after your birthday, so we'll have had some fun at the camp out while we're there.
Jules says the loss of hormones isn't the craziest. It's the hot flashes that come after that's the monster. Yeah. B, I believe the fact that I never had a UTI is due to my front to back wiping. How do we get on these kinds of topics here?
I don't know.
Hey, Loco, good evening. Conserve friends, good evening to you also. Yeah. All right, what you got? What's next on your list?
So we had the soil. What was that?
I don't know.
We had the soil meeting, the soil guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Remember? So we are doing the food forest, and in that we have we're doing soil samples, soil testing. So different areas of the property, we are gathering information so that we can do it right. So I had to watch some videos on how to do soil samples. And now I get to go do the soil samples and then send them into Ohio for testing. They have different options on soil packages. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. They have like standard tests and complete tests and complete test with extras. I don't know if we need all that, but different. I think I have 5 sections mapped out that I'm going to gather.
And when do we have that meeting?
When do we have this meeting?
Yeah.
What, the next meeting?
No, when did we have that meeting?
Oh, I don't know.
It was a week ago, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, and how much of the soil sampling have you gotten done?
I haven't, but I have been back and forth to the hospital and with my mom, and then I've been back and forth to your mom's house to help her. So I'm kind of like trying to juggle moms and then Homestead.
You're juggling moms is like a full-time job, right? It's all day.
Animals. Well, it has been, especially when I have to drive there and then like wait at the hospital, like this doctor comes in and then that doctor comes in and then the physical therapist comes in and then the planner person comes in and then, the insurance person comes in and then you're just like, okay, so now who are you? You're there. I was there all day and there was like 6 people that come in like for different things of, this test. I forgot even what they were, but it's a lot. When they're in the hospital and there's different testing and then results and then like, hey, we need basically like, we're only going to help you for like what your insurance will pay for. And so that kind of sucks, but
read MEB. It's hilarious.
Real women don't have hot flashes. We have power surges. Yep. I like last Christmas I had like hot flashes and then I haven't had any. So I'm like, maybe they're done.
Maybe you're just sputtering.
Yeah. My body's like, you're old. No, you're not. You're old. No, you're not.
This would be interesting. We could talk about this topic with the combat midwife about dealing with menopause and dealing with some of those things. Make sure you get that on your list.
See if there's any.
Karen says avoid sugar and eat greens.
Yeah, see, sugar is like wreaks all kinds of havoc on your body.
Yep.
Really does.
So back to soil samples. So B has been slacking. She hasn't got any of the soil samples done. None of them have been sent out. None of it's done. We're all on hold. We're waiting on her. And what do you have to say about it?
And I even borrowed a tool to do the soil, to do the plugs. And still, I sent a message. I'm like, do you have to have this tool back today? And she said, keep it until you're done. But And then yesterday I was like, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to do it. And then I look at the weather and I'm like, today is full sun. Tomorrow is not. Looks like I'm ironing today because you need an ironed shirt for a meeting. And then I go and I look at the smart panel. I run back in, I plug in the iron. I run back out and I look at the smart panel and I'm like, holy cow. It jumps right up to like 2,000 watts. Like just for the iron. Like how ridiculous. That's a lot of electricity to iron a shirt.
So Ronnie wants to know if your mom's better.
She is better. She is better. She's going to go to a short-term care facility until she's a little bit stronger. So.
Oh. Suspected spam. I thought I turned my ringer off.
Yeah, you didn't. So, yeah, she's on the mend and we're just praying that she has more time. What did you do?
Oh, I'm trying to get rid of my,
So,
volume.
Anyway, yeah, soil samples. I'm actually excited to do the soil samples. I'm excited to plunge that thing down into the ground and see what I can pull up.
One more rock. So my mom used to iron sheets and my dad's underwear.
Underwear?
Yeah. Alcohol helps with hot flashes for the van. Yeah. Yeah. This channel is where I exercise my filter on YouTube. I don't know if that's a don't do that or if that's a thank you. Right. One of them. Right. So we're going to get the soil sample done. We're going to get them sent off. That's the next step for us. Right.
Yes.
And then from there, we have a site visit from Lindsay Brandon, who's the head designer at Food Forest Abundance. They'll be here shortly. And so we're going to go through all of that. And then I talked her into staying a couple extra days, and she'll be speaking at the Midwest Preparedness Project. She'll also be serving on the Freedom Panel with me and, 4 or 5 other people Friday, I think, right, at the festival.
The Freedom Panel at the festival?
At the festival.
Okay. I didn't. What's the Freedom Panel?
Like we did last year, how Doc Jones and all of us got up there. Lindsay's going to sit on there. And I think we're going to get blessed, too, that Graham Townsend from Food Forest Abundance is going to also come down. And so we'll have a couple of them here. So that's kind of where we're at in that process.
So like the crowd can ask questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then she's going to give a 45-minute speech on permaculture at the Midwest Preparedness Project.
Great.
On Saturday. So that'll be really, really cool. So what'll happen is we'll get the soil samples, we'll get them back. She'll come down, we'll do a site visit. We'll get some planning done. They'll go home. They'll begin to work on plans. We'll go back and forth. Hopefully
designs.
Designs. Hopefully within a month or two, I get a fixed engineered blueprint. And then from there, we can kind of go at it. But a lot of things are already in the works. We're building the community building. We're clearing some of the woods where some of this stuff would go. I'm building some roads, got a new dam, got a new pond, all of this kind of stuff. And so it'll be super, super neat. And, for those of you during the Midwest Preparedness Project that come back to my house, which happens often and comes back, you could probably get some one-on-one time with Lindsay and some of those designers as they'll be here. She will be here Thursday, pretty much spend the whole day here Thursday, walking around and doing things. And then off
the week of the Midwest Preparedness. Yeah. Well, wouldn't we not be here? Won't we be out there?
No, not Thursday.
On Thursday?
No, Thursday we'll be here doing the site visit. I promise you that.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what's going to go on there. Hold on. Rapid Coyote says, I almost forgot Hutch and Backwards Missouri meetup, June 6th to the 9th. Cool peeps will be there. Just saying. Hey, Rapid Coyote, I'd be happy to come out there to one of those.
Where in Missouri?
Hutch and Backwards Missouri meetup. If you email me some details. Yeah. If one of the mods will put my email address in there, I'd appreciate it. But email me if you don't have my email address, but I'd be happy to come out and visit and, meet some good people. That's not very far from me. Missouri's the next state over. So, yeah, anyway. Okay. What's next for you?
Something else we ended up doing today was getting the crates. So we were able to, the wood crate, what comes in those? Chemical crates. They have like a white bladder in them.
Yeah. The 375 gallon IBC totes.
Oh yes, IBC totes.
So we don't get the tote. We don't
The
get
bladder.
the bladder. We get the cage to put firewood in.
Yeah.
Right.
And we were able to find somebody pretty close. We didn't know had several extra. And so they were not using them and they wanted to get rid of them. And I saw them and called them up and said, what can we give you for those? And we were able to score 14 more totes, crates, that we can now, the wood that has been stacked and piled back there in the dam, we will be able to put into the crates and get it up off the ground and bring it over closer to the house and kind of put it in line with the rotation, so we can first of all know how much we have, and then just get it up off the ground and ready to use. Easier to move around.
So that puts us to 34 crates, which means that's about 2 years of firewood. And so I'm going to try to get maybe 20 or 30 more and hopefully get to 4 or 5 years of firewood put up would be my ideal situation. And I like doing it this way because what it allows me to do is just pick it up and move it. So when B says, hey, I'm getting close to being out of wood, I can go pick a half cord up at a time and just set it on the deck. And then it's easy to unload, right? It's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
We're not picking it up, a whole lot. And so it's good. Hey, we have a future Kansan in the house. Look at that. Toby, welcome. Good to see you.
Growing up, we cut wood. We heated our house with wood stove, and we would just stack it back in the back field, just lines and lines of wood stacked. And then when you're ready to use it, when you need it, you bring the truck over and you load the truck up, and then you take the truck back and then you unload the truck. So these crates, because of where I come from, these crates make it so much easier to just pick it up. And two, like you can move them. So like if that area gets super grassy and tall or whatever, you can grab it and move it, tend to the earth, put them back, or move them to a new location, or just pull one over to the house and start emptying it. So the crates, when you came up with the idea to use them for that, was a fantastic option for us. As long as we have a device to move them, because otherwise you're doing the same thing, just putting it back into a trailer and moving it closer to the house. Do y'all have a sawmill close? Slabs are cheap. Way to stack a lot of firewood. We do have a sawmill close.
Yeah, we have a sawmill.
It'll be closer when he moves it. Right now it's over by the community building, which
we gotta move.
Is kind of hard to get to if it rains or if it is too windy or whatever. So if we bring it closer to the house, we can.
Kimber reminds you have a new tractor as far as moving firewood goes.
Yes, but I don't have, so I have to use his forks off of the skid loader to be able to do certain things.
Well, they're not my forks. They fit on a quick attach, which your tractor has. So all of my implements for the skid steer will fit on your tractor. All of them. And I had it built and set up to be able to run all of them. So you're in good shape.
Yeah.
Let me see here. With the crates, after you get out the wood you can reach, you can just tip it sideways for the last little bit. Yeah, a lot of times what I like to do is just take them right outside the deck and just pick them up and turn them and dump them. And then we'll load them up in, because it's a lot easier than trying to bend down into the crate.
That, and because when you're like face down in a crate and you run into a rat, it sucks. So you dump it, and then two, if there is a nest in there, then it kind of, all the rat waste.
3,500 pounds. I get bundled slabs. Oh, okay, got it. Average for 100 pounds. I buy 4. I get each for $10 here. Oh, that's a deal.
Wow. What, Missouri?
What kind of wood is it, by the way? How much weight can your girl tractor lift? Do you know? At the bucket, because there's different measurements. At the bucket, at the hinge, right? It's 2,400 pounds at the bucket.
Yeah.
So 2,400 pounds is the answer. Oak. Yeah, good wood. That's not a bad deal at all. Are you going to be doing it? Are you going to keep going?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm going to share something that was sent to us by one of our banks. It's an email
By
that
our
you
bank?
sent me. Yeah, but I blocked out the things that I needed to.
Yeah, I hope
But
so.
I want to, so I want to show you guys something. So we were in a conversation about, and I apologize again for the blue boxes, guys, but I don't want to. I'm sure you can appreciate. So this is from the banker, and he says, you guys can see this was to Bethany, and it says, I confirm that the description wording used on both the outbound and inbound external transfers that, oh shoot, I guess I already posted it. Anyway, she was trying to move some stuff around, but what I thought was interesting is in time is that bottom paragraph. In time, the nation's bank should be shifting over to FedNow, instant transfers, as in seconds, not days. And those description sizes are much larger, not there yet, though. Got to get all the players on the same page, and that's hard with 10,000 plus banks and credit unions, processors and payers and payees, plus the clearing procedures through the Federal Reserve. I just thought this was interesting that we're talking about a small regional bank, and they're talking about that soon they'll be moving to the FedNow program. And then I thought I'd also share with you guys, you can see this is an email that I sent. The blue box covered up who I sent it to, but this went to my accountant. My accountant let me know that unfortunately, I owed another $8,000 in taxes after everything else I had already paid. And this is my response, and I just thought you guys might get a kick out of it. I responded to him, taxation is theft. The 8K is 30K too much. Why would I want to give them my money interest free before the actual date they are scheduled to steal from me? I know, the poor people of the Ukraine. I just thought you would appreciate that. But that's how I responded to him. You know, Johnny said, how much can your girl tractor lift? Tamara says, as much as a man tractor can. Life Mike and Jen says, haha, face to face with a rat. Who squeaked louder, you or the rat?
Probably me.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see. It's like getting pre-split woods that's over 8 feet long, just cut to length, needed for your stove and stack. I usually get 3 to 4 cords of wood per bundle.
Huh.
I don't mind that. I have heard of domestic short hair cats have not had a mouse or rat problem in 3 years. Yeah, how much? It's a curiosity, Banquet. How much land do you have? Because our problem is no matter what animals we get, there's so much woods around me, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acres.
Yeah.
That I don't know if we'll ever be able to totally stop it. And you know, when
That's a lot of cats.
That's a lot of cats, right?
Although I go over to the print shop lady and she goes, kitty, 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 kitty. She has rabbits. And so she was kitty. She was like, oh, look, this one just had babies and the rabbits, because she was showing me all her rabbits with all the babies and how she rotates and stuff. And she was like, oh no, this one didn't make it. And she pulled this baby out and she goes, kitty, 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 kitty. And I'm not kidding you. There were like 17 cats that were like, oh. And she just threw it in the yard and it was gone like in seconds. I was just in awe at how attentive they were.
Yep, the Guardian girls are not so fond of cats either, huh?
No.
Yeah. So, what else we got going on? You talk about your little peninsula that got worked on and got all cleaned up. And
yeah,
you want me to show a picture?
Sure.
Then talk about it.
So this is it was an island in the pond. Well, it wasn't really an island because the water doesn't go all the way around it. What do you call that?
Peninsula.
Yeah.
But actually, it is an island. When it's all the way up, there's 2 inches of water all the way around it on the
yeah, you can see the pipe in the background, the drawdown pipe, and so.
Hey, Dorothy. Good evening, by the way. Go ahead.
It's about a foot. It's about a foot low. The water is right now. So, he had a few rocks around it, but it was not done. Mm-hmm. And this got the rocks around the peninsula.
Yeah.
Holding and then we used sand to fill that in. Now he's talking about bringing the rocks out where you can see the water stopped, bringing the rocks out to meet the other rocks that you can see along the left side there, and then creating like an actual walk out onto instead of treading through ankle deep water to get to it and sit and play in the sand, to be able to have a whole beach area that goes all the way to that tree and around. and then can you jump off of that
Oh yeah.
into the
the
water?
back side of it's deep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of water, so I don't get in the water, but I would definitely walk out into that sand.
Yeah, and you'd sit on the edge and dangle your toes in the water, probably.
Maybe not. I don't know. Probably not. I mean,
yeah,
it's still water.
Yeah, this is Jen says it's going to be so beautiful when the tree leaves up. Yeah, tell Mario this is right down by where he got stuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you can see the dock in the background that's not done.
Like barge protection from the tree. It is bar protection for the tree. We don't want a barge to come by and knock our tree down. Right?
That was an accident.
It was.
It just drifted sideways.
Johnny says, is this the pond you put crappie in? It is. Yep, a little bridge. Yeah, I think I'm just going to fill it with sand, but yeah, a little bridge wouldn't be a bad idea either.
We're actually talking about putting, so we have an island on the other side, an actual island and it's deep. That water is all around there because that earth was just straight down. And it was original earth. Nobody pulled it away and then put it back. It was like already there. We just cut around it deeper and deeper and deeper. Yeah. And we were talking about, so that island grows some like gnarly, weeds, and we were talking about putting like a drawbridge or something that we could be able to like put down to cross over to access that, to be able to tend to it and pull things out of there that we don't want, like the thistle.
Yeah,
there is a huge thistle right on the top of that. Actually, I think there's 3 that just kind of make it look like a massive bush of thistle.
Mario says, I wasn't stuck. I was just inconvenienced until you and your trusty skid steer showed up.
It's just inconvenienced.
Yeah, I should have thought that whole process through. Hey, it's going to hail. Where do I park? Go park in the trees.
Go park in the lowest part of the property. That when you said, I said, why did he park there? And he goes, I told him to.
We wanted out of the hail. We successfully got out of the hail. We just had to pull them out. Yeah. In my pajamas. That is right. Yeah. American Root said, I have a video and you looked stuck. I laughed out loud. Yeah. I want that video. And
I wasn't stuck. You look stuck.
You look stuck. Yep. It was so much fun. What a great memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. And American Roots and Life of Mike and Jen, thanks for helping create that memory.
Yeah, I got sick right after that. So you didn't talk about that, how we had a tornado and every women and children to the basement, except for the women that want to stand out and video. Yeah. So I was like, okay, making dinner, got to get dinner. And this is a pretty regular thing. Like if a tornado watch or warning, sometimes it's a watch until it's a warning. No, that's always, but when it's a warning, it's usually right at dinner time. And so you're like, cook food. Okay, food's done. Start hauling stuff to the safe spot. Got blankets. Yes, got, everything. 'Cause there's extra people that aren't normally there. So when we go down there's enough chairs for us. So like grabbing extra chairs, grabbing blankets, grabbing things, okay, now make a plate and take down there and just eat.
Yeah. So American Roots and Life with Mike and Jen lived through a tornado with Tag and B.
Yeah. And Gypsy, because
I forgot Gypsy was here. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Well, he came in and was like, hello. Hello. And I'm like, who is that?
Yeah, I
so
forgot
go
about that.
up, and then he's like, "Well, we didn't see anybody in here.
What a great
we're
memory.
Hiding out, eating.
Yeah,
in the storm shelter."
American Roots says, "We love you all. My tornado is next." What she's referring to is her video on the tornado. So American Roots Farm.
Oh, did you make a video?
She did. Yeah, their next video is on their tornado experience that we had, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Loco says, "Great transition building videos. American Roots, keep them coming." Yep.
I agree.
Yeah, Toby said you could come help with my pond. That is when you all get done. But why would we go work on a pond when you're eventually going to move over here? We're going to have to build you another pond.
We'll work on your pond when you get here.
Yeah, yeah. Said Miss Lou and Gypsy too. Yeah, I forgot they were there.
Yeah.
They were. Yeah, but it was a great. I think it was a fun experience.
Yeah.
Everybody in the basement eating. By the way.
Yeah.
Eating.
And then I look over. I said, "Lou, do you want a blanket?" And she goes, "It is chilly."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it is chilly down there. It's just you're in a hole.
And how many people get to say they get to experience tornadoes with their prepping buddies, their homesteading buddies, right? And that was pretty cool. I have to say.
Well, I asked the neighbor once when because he didn't have a basement, and I was like, "What do you do if you don't have a basement?" And he's like, "We go to the neighbors." Oh, now I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
I'm the neighbor.
Yep.
Come on over. I'll have a brat for you.
Oh yeah, I got to tell him about I probably already told him about this. How I downloaded the tornado sound on my phone. That was so funny.
That wasn't funny.
It was so funny.
Yeah, he downloaded a tornado siren, and I think it was Lou goes, "Is that it? We gotta go." And of course, he's laughing, and I'm like, "Stop! It's not funny. We're trying to be prepared. It's not funny."
I think it was incredibly funny. And, especially because, like I was talking about earlier, like Mike and Jen, that was their first tornado warning. And America Roots, that was their first tornado warning. I don't think it was for Gypsy and Lou, but anyway, to hear that siren go off, and then I went, "It's time," and jump, and it was just fun.
It's not funny.
It was fun. Yeah, America Roots said, "I learned so much from you guys. It was excellent tribulation training."
Tribulation training.
It was absolutely tribulation training. Yep. I was laughing as well. Yeah. It was fun.
You?
It was fun.
I was like, "Knock it off." It's not funny.
It's because you're a Nazi.
No, it's just there's a time to be funny, and there's a time to be like, it's serious.
Yeah.
There's like, isn't that when the tornado went through Grumpy Acres?
Yeah, right by us.
So we were like
4 miles away.
It's not funny. It's no longer funny. It's serious.
No,
get to the basement.
No,
and of course, like he's never gone to the basement. Mm-hmm. He always just stands up there and just watches. Nope, not me. I'm in the basement.
Yeah, because she's a big chicken.
Or not basement, storm shelter.
Yeah.
First chance I can.
Yep. Okay, so next. So hey guys, I have not had time to do a video, but I thought I would share. I found a really, really cool piece of land.
Okay.
Sorry. I found a really cool piece of land for sale with a house on it that already had solar panels.
Oh,
it already has barns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a second. What's Lou says? That was my first time, but B made it a good experience. Aw.
That was your first time?
Yeah.
It's no big deal. Couple brats, little blanket. You're safe.
Yeah. What'd you say? Have you built a way for the cow to get in? No. Shame on you, Mo. No.
Maybe in the cow barn, we will have a spot for them.
Toby says, "Hey, I like your hoodie. Do you have any for sale?" Yeah. If you just email me, we have these made. Here, let me get rid of that comment. It's just a freestanding hoodie, and it's sublimination printed, right? So it won't crack. It won't. They're super nice.
The ink is infused into the material, so it won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But so, these are like $50 though.
Yeah. Well, it's expensive, but I like it.
That's just what they are, though. That we pay it, and we don't mind because we don't have any issues with them.
Yeah. So this house sits only on 12 acres, but it's got a huge pond. It already has solar. Already has a barn. This is a pretty turnkey homestead. No, it's a lot of money, but it's listed out here if anybody's interested. But as Mr. Rogers said, could you be, would you be, won't you be?
My neighbor.
My neighbor.
And it's actually a beautiful house.
There's beautiful house.
Lots of pictures on there.
Yeah.
If you want to look up.
Yeah, look at that water.
Tamara's Kemp.
Yeah. So I'll leave this up here for just a second. Tag says, how do solar panels do in hailstorms? Great. We've had many hailstorms. I haven't broke one yet. But here's the thing. If you get into a baseball size hailstorm, you're going to break them. If you get into something big, you're going to break them.
They're going to break.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, how do you prepare for softball size hail? I mean, it's going to damage a lot.
Yeah.
But your regular, like I've had quarter size hail many times, dime size hail many times, and haven't had, any issues.
Knock on wood.
Jen said, I looked at that property the other day, looked close to the highway. It's not too far out.
How far is it from the highway?
I'd have to go back and look, but I didn't think it was too big a deal as far. I didn't think it was too close, but again, I'd have to go look. But guys, I'm telling you, 12 acres and already done. You know, the amount of work it takes to build one. Yeah. Empty home. Oops, sorry, cooked the wrong one. My first tornado warning was outside Fort Riley in 1998. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I was like, what was that? Yeah. Hey, Empty Homestead says, hello, Life Done Free. Found you through YouTube feeds, liked and sub, my friends. Well, thank you.
Beautiful.
Welcome. I hope you contribute. Oh, look, and in Oklahoma, too. We have some other Oklahomans in the house. You got to look up Banquet of Consequences, who's in here. Lots of trouble, but good people. Right? There's some other Oklahomans in here, but super glad you're here. Let me see here. Skane's Girl says, B, I have thought about that for my future chicken coop. Nader protection. Let me see
like
here.
What bear, like a Wallapini type of
Yep, American Root said, Jen, you looked. Yes, so Jen and Mario are headed to Kansas. They don't know it yet, but this is where their people are. And, you know, it is what it is.
Well, and Arkansas doesn't want them there.
Yeah, Jen says you can see it in the picture.
The highway.
Oh, is that out there? Maybe. I don't know if that's a highway, though. I don't know. I'll look for you, but I'm not sure. Too late. Already pending the property. Oh, did someone already buy it?
Really?
Man. Is there flexible solar film on the mass market now for windows? I haven't seen it on the mass market, but I've read that they're making those things, but I don't know if it's out or it's not. Where are we at here? Yep. Chewy, Oklahoma. Yeah, that is a great property. An absolute great property. Talk about turnkey. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was actually really nice house.
Yep. There you go. Banquet of Consequences says I'm in Hughes County, Oklahoma. Yep. Empty Homestead, we're super happy to have you. Do you, Empty Homestead, do you have a YouTube channel? Let us know if you do, and we'll promote it with you. And you know, we're one big community, so let us know. Anyway, I was super excited to see. Nancy's Too Late should be my nickname. Yeah.
Too late.
Silver Lining says Too Late should be my nickname. Nope, right on time.
Right on time.
Yep. So something else I wanted to share with you guys. So I don't know how many of you guys know who Chris Ann Hall is.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris Ann Hall is a former liberal turned to constitutional attorney and has now been out fighting for a long, long time. And so she's been through the whole journey. And she was hired recently to come to Kansas to give constitution classes to our local sheriff. And I'm not talking about my local sheriff in the county that I live in all the counties. And so if you look at these pictures, that's Chris Ann Hall up there speaking about the Constitution and constitutional rights to the county sheriffs from all over our beautiful state. And this is where it begins. This is such an important thing. You know, the sheriff is the highest power in a particular county. And so getting them on a constitutional footing is going to benefit everybody. And I absolutely loved to see this. Absolutely loved to see it.
There's not very many people there. We have 104 counties in this.
105 counties. And I'm looking at, I think, see this guy in the blue shirt. So you're looking at the third row. So yeah, that might be, but there's probably 50 people in there. That's 50 sheriffs that are getting educated. Right? That's a big deal. That's an absolute big deal. Jules says, I saw there was a hailstorm that busted thousands of solar panels in Texas. I seen that as well.
I saw that.
Oh, that'd be heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Living in central Alabama, you're introduced to tornadoes at a very young age. I have seen entire towns leveled. Yeah, here in Kansas too, just not as much. MT says, I am in Pittsburgh County, Oklahoma. Mailing address is Hughes County, out of Stewart, Oklahoma. Well, look at that. You guys are super close, right? Super close. I love that. Mario says, put a shade cloth on a cable system that goes over the top of the solar panels only during stormy weather to protect the panels. It's a great idea. Hey,
how would you hang those?
Hey, guys, here is MT Homestead. This is their YouTube channel. Let's make sure we go over there. Make sure we like, make sure that we subscribe, make sure
that's them first.
Welcome in. Yeah, make sure. Right. Yeah, maybe we should do that real quick. MT Homestead, can you confirm that?
There you go.
Yep. Johnny says the sheriff is the only constitutionally recognized law enforcement. Pretty cool. Let me see here. Tag and B, my YouTube channel is nothing, but I have a cooking blog, Red Dirt Cooking. Can we put a link in here? Banquet. I didn't even know you had one. Man, I got so much work to do. Okay, so I got MT Homestead. And it's called is nothing, but I have a cooking blog, Red Dirt Cooking. I will check it out. That's awesome. Now they will take it back and remember it. I hope, right? But as Silver Lining says, it's really great to hear. Yeah. MT Homestead said I've watched a couple of your lives before. Well, pretty cool.
There you go.
MT, if you ever want to do a live together, let me know. I'd be happy to do it. Look at this. We're making connections. Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely love it. Let me see. I went through their name and then showed the channel. Okay, cool. So that's confirmed. Okay. Well, you want to make sure, right?
Of course she did.
Right. Hey, the instigator's in the house. Hippocrates Garden himself says, talking tornadoes, for those going to SRF, if you see off-grid and growing at the booth for a raw land company, they are safe, but local town Sunbright got hit hard last week. One More Rock said that they've subscribed. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's make sure we do that, guys. You know, we got to look out for our community. And the community is super, super, super important. And everybody in here is part of that community, you know, and every single one of you matter. And we together are going to change the world.
And thank you for being here.
Yep. We're going to absolutely change the world. Let me get rid of that right there. Yeah. All right. What else is on your list? Because everything left. Oh, one more thing on my list, and then you can finish your list, and then we'll get into headlines. One of our local community members is running for county commissioner. And so we're now gearing up to try to help them win. And yeah, and you know, hopefully we can take a little bit of it back right here at the local level. And so I will keep you guys posted as we go through this election cycle, even though I'll tell you personally, I no longer believe that there's a political solution to our problems. And I'll be the first to tell you, I've been very vocal about this. I don't think it's going to matter. However, I will tell you that I'm super stoked that there's still hope out there, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure we get them elected. And I hope they prove me wrong. I hope. Look at that. Toby said, I subscribed. Tamber said, I subscribed. Right? America Rich says, amen. Yeah. So we're going to give it hell. And I'm super excited about, but I think it would be interesting for you guys, for me to keep you posted as we go through this, because it should be pretty interesting. Love Runs Ram says, I have a YouTube channel too, but it's nothing much. I started it years ago and let family see a couple videos. It's embarrassing. Love Run Rampant has a video. Let's get over there too. Man, I actually think I might already be a subscriber. Love Runs Rampant, but I will write it down. And if not, I will be. You can have my word on that. Nito said, I subscribed. Pretty cool. You got to love all that, you know? You just got to love it. All right, go ahead. Let's finish your list, and then we'll get on to
the only other
notes.
thing I had was the ticks, but I've already brought it up. There, we have had. I need to get the collars for the dogs, because the outside dogs, because
ticks are horrendous.
Yeah, I had like 9 ticks in our armpits. So, and they have such long hair.
Rapid Coyote says, I posted a new hatch chicks on my channel. And if you guys aren't subscribed, which Rapid Coyote, I think I am, but actually, if you don't mind, put an actual link if you can. Or maybe you can't. I don't know. I don't know if you can put links in here.
Jules
but Jules is a moderator, and so maybe, but I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure quite how to do it. Oops. Yeah, I don't have any idea. Anyway, we'll get it in there. But Rapid Coyote, or at least just tell me what the name of it is so everybody can check it out. Jules said there is Loves Run Rampant right there. Yep. So you know, Mr. Cox, I am the director of MWR on MCAAP at Okie Ranch Life, a Banquet of Consequences. I am the director.
I don't know what MWR.
I don't know what I don't know what any of that is, but pretty cool.
AARP.
Yeah. In Cincinnati.
That's W. Yeah. Oh, good. Thanks, Jules.
Karen said, I've been looking into a 1.5 acre place in Kansas, but it's already pending. Well, super cool, Karen. Keep us posted. And I will, if I find anything in that size or around there, let me know. Or the other thing you could do, Karen, is you could email me and tell me kind of more of what you're looking for, and I'll keep an eye out for you. Yep. So there's the link to Rapid Coyote. And Vicky Pullen said, subscribe to all three. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, together we're badass, I promise you. Okay, B, drinking plain old black tea will help your lung capacity. Black tea or pico tea has natural theophylline in it, which are why do you guys do this to me? Amy B.
Bronchodilators.
Bronchodilators. Got it.
Thank you, Amy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna write that down. I do have black tea. Black tea?
Yeah. This is so awesome. Look, it says, oh my God, we have met. I was the JOC coordinator. Look how cool this is. Banquet. Look, we're making connections. Listen, you two, get together. Let's get community built. How can I help you? Seriously, this is how it works. And if you already are part of a community, wonderful. Get the other person in there, right? This is so, so cool. Karen says someone got the place I wanted. That's because it wasn't meant to be, and there's a better place coming.
There is.
Oh, yeah. Great point. So Life Mike and Jen said Phil can put you on the property listing as well. If you email me, I can connect you with a guy who will put you on an automated email, which every property that comes up, you'll get notified.
That's just in his area, though, right?
No,
Can he do the whole state of Kansas or something?
The whole state of Kansas.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you want to be in, like, I get them all for the 4 counties around me, but you can set it up to get them wherever you want.
Thank you, Jen.
Morale, Welfare, and Recreation is MWR,
Okay.
and MCAAP is the McAllister Army Ammunition Plant. Wonderful. I wonder if there's some like family deals going on at that place. That's wonderful. Linktree for unique prepping again. Awesome. Okay, sorry, babe. Go ahead. I'm sorry. They got me all running.
No, that's it.
You got everything? So you guys, should we do some headlines and stuff going on around the world? Because you guys know there's nothing going around the world, right? I mean, it was really hard for me to find anything interesting to talk about.
Just the flu.
Bill to shield Bayer pesticide makers from warning labels, lawsuits advances in Iowa. And it's actually, as I've read now, it's been approved. So Iowa's decided that you should not be able to sue Bayer. Well, you guys know who Bayer is. They own Monsanto, right? So they should not be held liable for what goes in their pesticides, herbicides, any of those kinds of things that they put out there. And so this is more reason to take control of your own narrative, right?
Yeah.
Because now they're not going to be held liable, just like Pfizer and, Moderna and all these other people aren't liable for their vaccines,
Yep.
right? This is why it's becoming increasingly more and more important to create our own systems and to do our own thing. And so this was horrific, in my opinion. And I know there's lots of people all over the internet that's super, super pissed about it. Oh, there you go. We're talking about the ammunition plant. Life Mike and Jen said, group buy, bulk discount. LJC says, heck yeah, bring them on. Yeah. Tag, we made things that go boom. Moab was ours. Oh, so you make things that go big boom. You call BS on this. Are you calling BS on this article? Because I've read it in many places. This wasn't the only one. It's on Fox News. It's on MSNBC. It's on a whole bunch of them. So I hope it's wrong, but it's being posted everywhere. And look at this. I subbed. Maybe we can meet at a convenience store in Stewart. How wonderful is that?
That's wonderful.
Yep. Life Mike and Jen, yes, and Mullen is excellent for lung restoration.
I have mullen.
You got
I've
mullen.
got mullen growth.
You got mullen coming out your ears.
I've got hey, is fresh mullen and dried mullen equally healing, or is one better than the other? My mullen chest rub is no longer, so
Use it all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, between Silver Lining and Amy B and RC and a lot of the other ones that are in here, they should be able to tell you that, I would think. What else we got going on in the news? So this was interesting. So cocoa prices worldwide just skyrocketed, which I think is pretty interesting. And then also, faced with high prices, Biden administration cancels oil purchase to refill the U.S. energy stockpile. Because you remember how he sold off a lot of the stockpile. And the good news is, guys, about this is that had he, and I think Mo was talking about this, had he refilled them, it would have caused gas prices to go up, right? So I guess that's a good thing. But it's not like we're in any danger of being at war or anything soon. We don't need our strategic reserves, right? I don't think. ORN says, have you dealt with your thistles yet? Now's the time to dig them up and dispose of them in bags.
Most of them.
Yeah. Problems are everywhere, right?
I have walked around and found some dead ones.
Oh, got it. Silverliner says, not that you're wrong. She's talking about the bear thing, that they should just be responsible. Well, yeah, so should all the rest of them, right?
Well, yeah.
Let me see here.
I mean, we're held responsible for what we do.
Right. Lover and Ram says, equal I've tried on many kids. I think she's saying the Mullen dry and should I know?
Yeah, there's another tick.
Oh my goodness.
Look how little they are too.
Yeah, let me see here. Love Runs Rampant says they call it green bean tea. Yeah, treason. It's absolutely treason.
What's green bean tea?
The concern with fresh mullein is that it will mold in the oil. Yeah, Jules says all commodities are on the rise. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Hardway Alaska says gas is $4.15 a gallon up here. I think everything is going up as far as a commodity goes, and it's not really the commodity that's going up. It's the crashing of the dollar, right? Which is really what many of these things are about. Karen says cocoa prices are up. I deleted it from my Azure standard order, put it back in a few minutes later, and it was up about 20%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah. And you guys know my love affair with chocolate milk, right?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of.
Yeah. Rapid Coyote says, oops. Fresh mullein leaves chopped up, put in a mason jar, pour hot water over it and let it steep for a bit. Strain through cheesecloth or cloth and enjoy with some lemon. Yeah, I saw someone in a recent live stream say gas was $5.30 in California. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I was talking tea related. Always dehydrate and infuse into oil. Oh, got it. JB said I made tinctures with mine. Mullein. Mm-hmm. The general rule, Jen says, is 1 teaspoon of dried herb to 1 teaspoon of fresh, roughly 3 to 1. So 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon. We have some great local cocoa. Unfortunately, not mass marketed nor exported. I'd love to get some. Too bad it's not exported, right? Let me see here. RN says gas is going up. Look at the spot market and you'll see the rising prices. Yeah, it was $2.06 about 2 weeks ago, and now it's close to $3. So get ready.
Oh, it's over $3 here.
Yeah, it's over $3. Well, good news is we're full.
It's like $3.40.
Pretty full. I was told dry and fresh mullein are comparable, but if given a choice, I would use fresh first.
Just to make a tea out of. That's what I was thinking. Just
yeah. See, mullein flowers infused oil for ease aches. It works. Ease aches. Earaches. Oh, earaches. Got it. Love runs rapid. Earaches. I have 2 quarts of burdock root that's been infusing for 4 months now. Need to strain it and bottle it up. Nito says gas is $4.87 in Nevada. Ooh. Hey, Jane, welcome. Says try diffusing RC essential oil B. You've got plenty of that stuff, don't you?
I used to. I think I do still have some RC.
Yeah, Conserve Friends is exactly right. Gold and silver is up, which means the buying power is down. Yeah, and it's going to keep going down, right? Hershey hires biological male to be a spokesman for International Women's Day. They want to be canceled because they don't have the chocolate. Rapid Code, he says you can smoke mullein. I didn't know that. Oh my God, they're talking. Okay, what about this one? Karen says, my aunt in California said gas was over $5 a gallon a month ago. She lives in Burbank. Mm. Tag, our gas is $1.64 a liter. Ooh, look at all this. Yep, gold's over 2,300 and silver's over 26. I thought we canceled Hershey last year. I was talking about making a chest rub. You can make tea, tincture, or oil. Yeah. All right, next topic. What do we got here? Well, this was pretty interesting, I thought. So I'm going to start all the way on the right because I think it kind of all blends together. But this just in, homeowners in the UK have been told that compulsory selling of homes will be enforced to house illegal immigrants.
Compulsory?
Yes, what that means is if you have a rental house or you have something else out there, oh my goodness, that they will just come and they can compulsory force you to sell your home for the benefit of the migrants.
If it's a rental?
I don't know if it's just a rental because it says homeowners, right? I think they'd have a hard time doing it on your home, but maybe. I don't know, but that's insane. And then the articles are 21 states where squatters can steal your home. And it listed some of them I was really surprised in: Arizona, Texas, where Florida, where there's laws on the books about squatters. This is really important that for those of you guys who are out there, make sure you understand what those laws are in your state, because something so simple as, hey, can I park a camper on your place? Can I come live there for a little while? Right?
Can I stay with you for a few days?
Can I stay with you for a few days? I mean, these kind of laws, can get out of control. Crew of squatters wreaked havoc on hardworking families, finally ending in a reign of terror and a blaze of fury. In that case, they burnt it down. Elderly couple felt pressure to sell home amid government's push to house immigrants. Broker who found alleged Shake Shack squatters in $930,000 homes said city is allowing culture of lawlessness.
Yikes.
Yeah, like eminent domain, or you get it back after they're done. Phew.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Yeah, right. I think Florida has recently passed a law allowing evictions for squatters. Yeah, I know that when I was, and this article was 7 hours ago, the 21 states where squatters can steal your home in Florida was absolutely listed. Kansas just passed anti-squatter laws. I thought someone on Freesteading posted a video. Yeah, might have. I don't know, Karen. Look at this connection. How cool is that? Right? They made a connection, empty homestead and banquet of consequences. Pretty cool. Yeah, Mo, you wouldn't want it back. Yeah, that'd be bad, huh? What else we got? Let me see. Breaking. These were some funny ones that kind of made me laugh, and even though they're not that funny, but to me they were. But breaking: Justin Trudeau says soon Canadians will have to start walking to work to stay ahead of the climate change curve. While their tax dollars are preventing forest fires, foods, and droughts, he says 8 in 10 poor people will do better living off government rebates. And then Texas mom gets warrant issued for her arrest over late library books.
Bonkers.
Yeah, what's so crazy about that? Like, we've lost our way. I put this one in here for a reason. I have a good friend of mine who, more than a good friend, somebody who I actually look up to and I consider a role model, who took a position in another county somewhere as a public defendant because he had a background. And after a little while doing it, he came to me and he said that it's just not fixable, and it's so sad to me that he did it all, for all the right reasons, but then is learning that the way that the system is built, that you just can't make a difference, and the laws are extreme, and, there should be no prison time or jail time for victimless crimes, period. There's just no reason for it, right? Someone gets busted smoking pot, or someone gets busted with a meth pipe or whatever it is. If there isn't a victim in it, there's got to be a better answer than just sending them to prison.
Do they send them to prison for that?
Oh, yeah. Did you know that in Kansas, if you get busted for driving with a suspended license, if you get 2, it's mandatory jail time for driving with a suspended license. It's interesting that driving with no license is way less of an offense.
Really?
Yep. But if it's been suspended and you're driving.
Oh, because they told you not to.
Because they told you not to, right? Just so crazy.
Well, so if you don't have a driver's license and you get busted,
mm-hmm.
and it's a less of a fine, do they then tell you not to? And then if you do it again, you have to spend time in jail?
I don't know.
Because it depends on the circumstances.
Yeah. Squatters have to live in a house for 10 years to take any property in Arizona. Well, this is exactly my point. Make sure you know what the rules are, right? Blah Plum says, I'm in Northeast Florida, and they just passed a law where a sheriff can remove squatters off your property without having to go to court. I love that.
The sheriff can.
Someone told me this week that his daughter in Boston is joining a program to house immigrants in her house, supposed to be just for a week or 2, but there's no indication of where they'll go afterwards.
Yeah, don't they get $1,000 or something per room?
Yeah.
If they rent out.
Yeah, that's not everywhere, but there's some states that the government's paying $1,000 per room to house an immigrant. And it got me and B talking one night that, it wasn't long ago when BlackRock bought up all those houses, right, all over the cross. And then if you think about a 4-bedroom house that rents for $1,000 or $1,500, whatever it is, and you can get $1,000 per room, it would certainly justify buying up houses at above market value or at the peak of the market. And so therefore, did BlackRock actually know this immigrant crisis was going to be here And that's why they bought up all that property. Anyway. Let me see here. Once you move them in, it's almost impossible to kick them out. You must not have met any Canadians, Johnny. They're the nicest people. There must be a comment up here. You see, Trudeau also said that Northern Ontario, Canada, by 2030 will not be allowed to buy brand new vehicles. They will have to go electric.
Oh.
Well,
2030.
So insane. Just absolutely so insane. There's the point right there. LJC, yeah, and they gave up their guns. Right. JB, I looked up Kansas law, and you have to go to court to get them out. Yep. But they can't house and support our veterans. Of course they can't, because they don't care about the veterans, right? They're looking for voters, and they're not going to get it out of the system. The industrial, institutionalized system typically is not going to garner very many of the veteran votes, right? If you remove squatters off your property and no one knows they're there anyways, well, that's why it's good to have a friend with a backhoe. I can guarantee you 1 to 2 weeks will lead to permanent. The government never does anything temporarily. Wait, you mean it's a manufactured crisis? Nah, I know, it's my conspiratorial brain, right? Right. Let me see here. Send them to 7-Eleven. They're hungry from smoking pot. Yeah. Let me see here. Nito says, can we say insider trading? Of course, BlackRock knew ahead of time. Yeah, that's the only thing that I can think of. Me and B were talking about it, and she gave me that look right there, like, son of bitches. Anyway. So I thought I would share something with you guys. This is out of an old document, and I cut it down so you couldn't read the whole thing. I did it on purpose to you guys. But this is a system, and it talks, and in the system, what's critical for the system to work is the abolition of private property, heavy progressive income tax, the abolition of all rights of inheritance, the confiscation of property of all immigrants and rebels, a centralized bank, government control of communications and transport, government ownership of factories and agriculture, government control of labor, government farms, regional planning, and government control of education.
Where'd you get this?
Well, how many of these apply to us today? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I would say government control of education. Does that count? How about corporate farms and regional planning? Does that count for us in our country today?
Yeah.
Yep. How about government ownership of factories and agriculture? Right. Too big to fail.
Yeah.
Right. Government control of communications and transportation. Who controls the internet? Who censors the internet? Right?
Yeah.
Government. Okay. Do we have a central bank, number 5?
Yeah.
Are they confiscating property of rebels? And right, we hear about it all the time.
Yeah.
Abolition of all rights of inheritance. Right? You know, if you have over $5 million in assets in this country today and you die without a trust or any of those kind of things, over half that money is going to go to the federal government. Heavy progressive income tax.
No.
Check.
We don't have that one.
Yeah, and the abolition of private property, right? You'll know nothing and you'll be happy.
Yeah.
So this sounds like a democracy, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too, right? Except this is the summary of the original Communist Manifesto. Right? What do you think about that? I would say that there's some definite ties. See, Johnny says if socialism is the rest stop to the highway of communism. Yep. Wow. Checking almost all those boxes. There you go. Oh, for the win. Communist Manifesto.
Oh, they already posted it. They knew.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yep. Communism's plan to tear down the Western world. Sounds like a manifesto that Dixie Gunworks sent out in the 80s with every order. Yeah, asset forfeiture is confiscating property. Yes, it is, Johnny. Yes, it is. Look at all you smart people. Isn't that crazy? What does that make you feel?
Crazy.
You sound like that made you feel all warm and fuzzy.
No, not warm and fuzzy at all.
Oh.
Kind of like, I mean, it doesn't, nothing surprises me these days. There's
nothing?
Nothing.
All right. Oh, the next one. Oh, this was a big deal. I'm sure many of you guys know this, but, you know, Blinken, Ukraine will become a NATO member. Ukraine will join NATO, and at some point in the future, an asset probably intended to reassure Ukrainian officials, but also caused some ruffled feathers in Moscow, as you guys can imagine, right? And alarmed some U.S. lawmakers. Speaking at a NATO headquarters in Brussels alongside Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba, following an event to mark the treaty organization of the 75th anniversary, Secretary of State Blinken said that the support among the members' nation for Ukraine as it continues to defend itself, and it said it was strong. And I don't know why I cut that off. I apologize. But anyway, what I think is so interesting about this is that NATO just, in saying this, NATO just called Putin's bluff. And that's what happened, right? So Putin said, hey, the whole reason he invaded the Ukraine, or at least that he says, is about stopping the progression of NATO, right? And stopping those kinds of things. And so by adding Ukraine to NATO and by saying this, it's really calling him out, calling his bluff. Mm-hmm. So now the question is, will Putin back down, right? Will he back down or will he comply?
Yeah.
And I think you'll know pretty quick, because he'll either come out and he'll start talking about negotiating, right? Or he'll go super quiet and you'll start seeing him pull, the delegates out of embassies across the countries and, those kind of things. But I think this is absolutely playing with fire. And, once Ukraine becomes a NATO member, and possibly even before, they could, embark Article 5, which requires all NATO, people to come. But I think this also lays the groundwork for boots on the ground, Oh, that's funny. Hippocrates Garden goes warm and fuzzy like a staph infectino. Yeah. Yeah, crazy. Oh, yeah, right there. Eagle over Texas, Article 5. Yep. Nito said, I've been saying for years the U.S. is on a fast track to becoming Venezuela and Cuba. You guys know what I think? I think the United States wants World War III. I think the United States wants to go to war with Russia, and they'll get it if they want it, right? Ultimately, they'll get it. You guys go look at U.S. military bases around the world, and Russia and China are surrounded. There's nowhere for them to retreat to. And I think they want one because with a big war, they get to hide all of it. They get to put it out. They get to, Band-Aid it. They get to push it to a later date. They get the economy roaring. They get to do all of these things, but it will just take something significant like World War III. NATO did sign that pesky Minsk agreement, Yeah, Jules says Putin isn't bluffing. Yeah, we're about to find out, aren't we? Putin, negotiate? Right. Why the heck not? That once carried some respect, not NATO, like the Nobel Prize means nothing now. Stomach full, eyes drooping. Good night, everyone. Hey, good night, RN. Thank you for your contributions. Another rule of the manifesto is corrupt the young, get them away from religion, get them interested in sex, make them superficial, and destroy their ruggedness. Yeah, they've done a good job at that, right?
Yeah.
World War III undeclared has been taking place for years. I actually agree with that. Yep, one more rock says they want our pew-pews. I would agree with that too. The U.S. doesn't want to go to war. The elected representatives are the ones that want to go to war. That's fair. Farmer and Homestead, that's right. Fair.
Right.
I stand corrected. History shows that every time an empire is about to collapse, they go to war. Every time. Yes, every time. Yep, and it's interesting. And a lot of them that fall apart, and I think the U.S. is a lot like what Rome was. You had the elite class, and then you had the people, right? And back then it was the Senate, what they called the Senate, and then the populace class going at each other, with neither one of them really having a good grip on what's going on around. But I would agree with this. I think they want it, and I think they're absolutely going to get it. They could also declare martial law, and there would be no election. I don't know that they would ever actually declare martial law, because I think that the way the world's gone is they'll come up with some word that makes you feel better, like the Affordable Care Act. They'll word it in a way, that settles people down a little bit. But yeah, Yuri Mesnov outlined it decades ago. War is big business. The people want peace. The government wants war. Yeah, well said. I stand corrected. Let me see here. I will scan the page that I have from Dixie Gun Works and post it on Freesteading. Yeah, do it. Absolutely do it. Yeah, Babylon, Rome, USA. Oh, lovely topics, huh? Let's see here. The Roman Empire let barbarians through the front door, and the armies were scattered across the known world. That doesn't sound familiar. Yeah, we are on track with Rome. A monkey says next is the military and illegals for citizenship. Yeah, hey, Prep Rebel Actual. How are you? Good evening. Happy you're here. So this was super fascinating to me. So Megyn Kelly reveals medical diagnosis after getting the jab. During her show, Megyn Kelly expressed regret for getting COVID-19 vaccine. After being vaccinated and boosted, Kelly said that she contracted COVID-19 and was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. Kelly's physician agreed that the booster shot caused more medical problems. For the first time, I tested positive for an autoimmune issue at my annual physical, Kelly explained. And I went to the best rheumatologist in New York and asked her, do you think this could have to do with the fact that I got the damn booster and then COVID within 3 weeks? And she replied, yes, I wasn't the only one she had seen with that.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is super mainstream, right? Yep. This isn't, this is not prepper pages, right? This is just super mainstream stuff.
And now she's sick.
Hippocrates says being at war or the threat of war or Cold War keeps the current industrial agriculture going full steam, keeps everything going full stream, right? Fear's super, super, super profitable. Martin Armstrong's computer program that looks at long-term trends says the U.S. will split up by 2032. Oh, by the way, industrial ag equals bear. Yes, it does. No wonder Megyn Kelly has been so pissed off lately on her podcasts. Yeah. Yeah, well, we're glad you're here, Prep Rebel Actual. Starlet Oak says, yep, autoimmune disease been diagnosed with 2 of these autoimmune diseases plus leukemia. I blame the vax. Yeah, I know a lot of people who are now starting to look back and go, uh-oh, I feel sorry for her rheumatologist because they will probably have their license taken away for misinformation. Yeah, I bet, right? Yeah, Megyn who? I can't keep up. Megyn Kelly, right? Megyn Kelly, loco, right at the top of the screen.
Mm-hmm. She was on Fox for the longest time.
Yep, she was. I do like my aspirin. I do love my Krupp's Arms coffee maker. I must have missed something. The book 1984, they were in a constant state of war. Yeah, and what was interesting about this, and Mo is a big reader, and we talk about these kind of things all the time, but he reminded me the other day that in 1984, they kept changing the enemy. Like today, they would announce, we're at war with this clan. And, we've always been at war at this clan. And then a couple months later, we're at war now with this clan, and we've always been at war at this clan, right? And
so that now they're at 2, or
they just change the bad guy just to keep everybody in a state of fear, right? Or they are suddenly dead and can't say, right? Either from the vax or other things, right? Just read an article that says nicotine helps get rid of COVID-19 vaccine in actual. I actually have heard a lot of that. A lot of people have said that. Yeah. I thought it was constant peace. War is peace after all, right? Right. The Ministry of Peace. Yeah, Mo, you hit a chord, bud. Check this article out. Okay. Well, if you post it, I'll check it out. I'm sorry, we're here. Tag Bayer, aspirin, Krupp's Arms made German weapons. Now they make coffee makers. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bayer, right? Got it. Sorry, I'm slow. Dr. Brian Artis, I met him when I was in Georgia. Mm-hmm. Has a lot of info on nicotine. Yeah, interesting.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Because, you've met him. We've seen a lot of his stuff. But...
Yeah, he was a pretty fiery guy. Here we go. Let's talk about some of the stuff going on in the world economy-wise. So 99 cents only chain. So we don't have them here, but they're closing all 371 locations nationwide. Georgia, Florida, and Missouri fall victim to mass layoffs, and they won't be the last. Illinois hit by mass layoffs as 4 factories close, and one of those is Quaker Oats.
Oh.
They're closing their plants as well.
All of them?
All of them there. Yeah, all of them there. Let me see here. Oh, yep, there's the link tree for unique prepping again. Thank you very much. I'm glad you remember. Winston Smith's job was to rewrite history. Now the government does it. Yeah, huh? It's the nicotoids. A nicotine patch is supposedly able to help prevent COVID. Wow. COVID-19 binds to the nicotide, I guess. You see, Trudeau stand absolutely sucks. Yeah. Nicotine patches give me horrific nightmares. What else we got here? Try to truck along here. Oh, yeah, you guys heard about the bird flu outbreak, right? It's evolving situation. Here's what you need to know. Bird flu pandemic could be 100 times worse than COVID, scientists warn. And there was actually positive cases of bird flu in Texas and in Kansas, where it went from a bird to a cow.
No.
Yes. And there's one case in Texas where it successfully went to a human. It's from what I understand. On Monday, Texas health officials said a person became infected with the bird flu or the avian influenza H5N1 virus after close contact with an infected cow. Last week, sick dairy cows in Texas and Kansas tested positive for bird flu. Bird flu was later reported in a Michigan dairy herd that included cows transported from Texas. Cattle in New Mexico and Idaho are also now presumed to be positive for the disease, officials say.
Yikes.
Yeah, yep. Let's see here. Where am I at here? Those dollar stores will be called 5 and 10 stores pretty soon. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
They just can't do it at 99 cents. Who barely missed the 99-cent store? The demise of the dollar store has got to be coming soon. Right. Yeah, it'd be the almost dollar store.
Well, yeah, now the Dollar Tree is now $1.25.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, a cow kissed a cow. I think that article is bullshit and fear porn. It's so crazy because I think you could argue it either way, right? You could say that COVID was mild. And guys, when I say mild, I lost my father to it. So understand, I'm not saying it because I wasn't touched by it, but really it wasn't worth shutting the economy down, right? It wasn't worth everything that they did. And did that get us to be anti it so the next one has more effect against us, right? I mean, what's the real game? And why do they want us afraid of this? What if it's really true and now we've been so conditioned to not trust them, right? So I think that you can argue this in a whole lot of different ways, Johnny, and either way it's a shit sandwich, right? Either way. If the nicotine has C attached, the nicotine comes by it and will do the C and grab the nicotine because it's superior. Yeah, I'm not going to believe the government saying anything about bird coughs or jumping species after what they did several years ago. I agree. Got to get it going now so it will be in place for the November party. Yeah, so I guess we'll need to start wearing our mop suits to mow the yard. Yeah, before long, they will tell us that kissing causes lymph cancer. Right. Right. I don't know if I believe that about the cows or not. They want us to register our cows and chickens. Yes, they do.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes, they do. Yeah. Let me see here. They have put bird DNA, dog DNA, pig DNA in multiple vaccines. And now, they want us unalived. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. You put, bird DNA in our vaccines, and then we get sick, right? They want us to justify killing all our dairy cows probably next. They want people to disperse so they do not unite and rise up. I do not think, guys, that it's just a coincidence that we had all of the rioting going on in America, in all of the cities, all the protests, all of that stuff in October, November, and December of 2019 and early January 2019, and then COVID came and shut it all down.
Yeah.
I don't think that's just a coincidence. Fear will make a controlled populace. Right there. It's funny how all these supposed sickness only come along during election years. Well, kissing does cause pregnancy. My mama told me so. Yep, they put mRNA in lettuce. Yes, they do. Grow your own lettuce. This is exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Building our own systems, taking it back, taking some kind of control over that, right? I have no urge to buy lettuce at the grocery store. I have no urge to buy meat at the grocery store. I believe they're working towards making it impossible to grow your own food. Well, and as long as we obey, right? I mean, the governed only work because of the consent of the governed, right? I mean, at some time we're going to have to stand up and tell them no, guys. I'm ready to today. People forgot there was rioting going on in China when the COVID stage came. That's right. Amen. I refuse to live in fear. Yep. Eat your weeds. Let me see. What's this say? Keep an aspirin between the knees. I must have missed something. Sounds like a good idea, though. Okay, they were talking to each other. All right, what else we got? Oh, I thought this was interesting. So you guys know how there's been all this talk about the feds are going to cut rates 2 or 3 times this year. So early in the year, there's a lot of conversations about this. And so I found just today articles where the Fed governor Bowman said additional rate hikes could be needed if inflation stays high. And now Fox Business is reporting that the Feds are not going to cut interest rate targets this year. They were just saying they were going to cut them, right? So crazy.
Yeah, well, if they keep the people confused, then they won't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's right. Which was this one? This is a lot of stuff that's going on. Yeah, you can't even hardly see it. Biden. This is all about the Iran stuff. So you guys know that Israel bombed some stuff in countries and killed some Iranian generals, and the CIA is now warning that Iran's attack will attack Israel within 48 hours. Iran tells the U.S. to step aside as the readers as they respond to Israel. But basically, these are all the same articles that are coming up. And again, I think we want war. I think we want World War III, and I think we're headed fast towards it. This is really, really cool. Not really cool. It's actually horrifying. Not cool. So this is back to COVID stuff. An intelligent and energy efficient wireless body area network to control coronavirus outbreaks. Right. And so what they're talking about is putting sensors in your phone that's then connected to your watch, which I wonder if they're already in there.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
That controls your EEG, your temperature sensor, your blood sensor, your insulin pump, all of the things that go on, motion sensors, so that they can, help us be safer, right? We see seed saving is a critical skill now. Make sure you have good seed before they mess around with what's out there. Amen. Yeah, beet grows seeds every year, right? Inflation is going to continue to rise with all the benefits to illegals. It's not just the benefits to illegals, it's the money we're spending. The illegal part is one tiny piece of it. All the money that we're spending over to Ukraine and over in Israel and in Taiwan and then just the dollar collapsing, right? And the amount of money that we're borrowing. For the first time in history, more than 50% of our GDP is being used just to service the debt, the interest on the debt, not what we owe, the interest on the debt. Let me see here. It's a great app that I've labeled edibles on my property. Oh, I must have missed it. Sorry, guys. Let me see here. Our prime minister just jacked up our taxes plus gave himself a raise. Well, of course they did. They're so much smarter than you. You didn't know that?
Well, he needed it because inflation.
Yeah, that happens. Say goodbye to my electronics. Yeah, I think we're getting close to that too. And I think this brings up a good point. Preparable Actual is talking about how making sure your homestead can function low tech.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's no Alexas in my house. We don't do those kinds of things, right? But to be able to shut it off, not allowing your solar systems to be connected to the internet, even though it's a pain and it'd be much easier, right? But in a shit at the fan, all of my electronics are getting beat with a sledgehammer. Amen. I joke with people all the time that the greatest thing about the zombie apocalypse, I could throw my phone away. Amy B says, my challenge for this garden season is to pick a crop and be sufficient at that. I am garlic sufficient. China grows 80% of the U.S. garlic in wastewater. Pick corn, radish. Yeah, that's gross, Amy, but I agree. Let me see. First land, then WAN, now WBA ban, wide body area network. Welcome to the matrix. Yep, I'm determined to find all of my food items from locals who I know and don't put funny stuff on their plants. You mean like growing garlic and wastewater? Feeding a family of 10 and the 2 that come home on Sundays. Yeah. Crazy. And if they say they're coming for my freedom dispensers, they better bring their own body bags. And I think, Bud, I think that we're vastly approaching a time where there will be conflict like that. I hope not. I pray not. East Coast had a earthquake of 4.8. I get that size once a month up here. Yeah, I read a bunch of articles about that over there in New York and New Jersey and those things. I have a friend who's always trying to get me to use tech to do this and do that. I keep telling her, no, I don't want to be connected all the time. Good for you. Maybe we should start a campaign about that, right? Maybe we can start a campaign about get disconnected, turn your phone off from YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? All right, guys, listen, it's 2 hours and 8 minutes. So I thought I would kind of start the parting words tonight with a quote from Richard Buckminster Fuller. And he said, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. You change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. You want to talk about that, babe? You want to talk about, you got any parting words on doing your own thing?
Creating our own systems.
Yeah.
Being a little more self-sufficient.
Being so much less dependent. I mean,
well, yeah.
Right. I mean, you got vaccines and lettuces, right? They're now manufacturing all kinds of diseases that jump here to there. You've got, we have to ask permission for everything, right? Electricity costs are skyrocketing. Food costs are skyrocketing.
Yeah.
It's getting to where land, you can't even almost touch it anymore, right? What do we do about it, right?
Create your own systems.
Create your own system.
Yeah.
Right.
Medicine, food, seeds, just like Jen said.
Yeah.
Being able to trade with one another, being able to grow what you can and help them, and they can help you. And
yeah, I would argue probably community is the single biggest part of building your own systems.
Well, yeah.
Right. Because we do it now, but I can go to my neighbor and I can barter for a pig if I want to, or whatever. Right.
Right.
And then the next neighbor down the road, they will have something else. And I think we can begin to create these systems. We made trades today inside our community, right?
Yes.
For a bunch of cages.
Yeah.
And, when we were going to pour concrete today, there was a bunch of community there, right?
Yep.
Didn't work out, but they were there. When we were planting the gardens, there was all kinds of community presence.
Yep.
Right. And I pulled a couple community members' trucks out of the mud in my pajamas and my skid steer. Right.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, we've got to go build community. We've got to figure out a way to do some of these things for ourselves.
Well, we have to learn how to do it too.
Yeah.
We have to learn how to do it and implement them now, because if we just say we'll do it later, then later happens and then you don't know.
Yeah,
so you have to practice those.
I was on a podcast on Twitter this week, and we were talking about that a lot. And, that a lot of people were asking those questions. And it's just, I always tell them it's just about being intentional. We have to have a plan. You can't just say, I'm going to start prepping, or I'm going to start growing my own food. You got to go do it.
Well, and it's a lot of work to grow your own food.
Well, it is.
I mean,
what's
we
the
eat
alternative?
a lot.
What's the alternative?
Right. mRNA lettuce.
mRNA lettuce. Yep. Well, guys, I hope that you guys can find it in you to do a little more today than you did yesterday. Keep fighting that fight for freedom. Yoke up. Hey, congratulations, Banquet of Consequences. Congratulations, Empty Homesteading.
Yeah.
And congratulations on you guys yoking up tonight on the live. That makes me super, super proud. But keep doing it. Go out there, work every single day. And you know what? It will get better for you, but maybe not for so many other people. Right?
Yeah.
Till then?
Yep.
What do you got to say? Hold the line.
Hold the line.
Don't give an inch.
Don't give an inch.
Yep.
Be out.
Tag out. See you guys.
Tag
Good night.
out.
Good night, everybody.